And winds and throws, and off we go. Down an 0-1.
Available in both bullpens.
2 and comes. Bad habits, trying to get that bat speed back. Lindor, 2 up and 2 down.
Actually against a left-handed pitcher.
99 in his first year with the nice round number. Burns with taking a shutout into the 7th. On this 3-2 from Peters, pitch flies it into left field. And Andy Pop mandate around it, but it's feeling like it. And Gonsolin kicks and throws. Earlier this week, he's getting close as Marte on 3-2.
To writers.
Edmund goes back to the edge of the track. Lonzo. That month of April, he had on this 2-1 pitch. Alonso, Tony Gonsolin's 2-2. Got no score. Freddie Freeman leads off. Lindor's out there. He's got it.
He can keep that back foot connected to the mound.
Plays it on a bounce, and the Dodgers have
Able to ride, the better.
Was guaranteed with the team into a long-term
Here before he got injured.
From Peterson to Edmund, and who drives in Andy Pages. 1-0. Play, it looked like it maybe hit his foot. Strully was in play, and I'm going to glove it in the second for the Mets against Tony Gonsolin. On an 0-1 pitch. Race to first here. Gonsolin will win it. 6-11. And yeah, he's
a split. If you healthy, he's good.
Kind of the changeup of choice.
It just doesn't get there.
Sure. Batted ball quality against it. This 1-2 to Young. 1-2 to Young. Nagging on me.
Yeah.
So you couldn't even tell that it was called because that flies in one game, and he was like, watch.
I know I'm lined up.
2-0 to Taylor. Taylor's been really good for the Mets. 2-out base hit. So the Mets with a 2-out rally on in the second. Lindor position, and the Mets swing out in a 2-1. Pages is there. At a runny against Peterson. The upset, Peterson needed to be able to nuke him. Center field, a routine play 14. And now everything off. You have with your cut swing. On 2-2 against Peterson. Takes Juan Soto's there.
Let's wait a day. The Dodgers appears to be around the All-Star break.
Best division going. The top 4. They're going to need Ohtani at some point.
Into the corner with a 2-out waits on it, and that's your bat for details. Starling Marte up there today. Bounces to second. It has fallen well short of the bar. Here 2-0.
They go into the ground.
On this 3-1 from Gonsolin. Soto with his first hit in the gap. Soto goes first to first. Got it. Goes to second for one.
Back here at Citi Field, the ball is way gone. And I feel you've talked to him quite a bit. The fly.
It is 1-2 to Pages.
Freddie steps on first. 6-3 is not the double play you've seen.
Weeks, not just for him, but for the teams. Here's 3-1. And they're Pittsburgh, Colorado, and the A's. Hernandez knocked in the Dodgers first round. 6-4-3.
Kind of, I wouldn't say concerning, but back that he'll be fine.
Shohei Ohtani.
4-seam, 2-seam turn, but I just think looking at the
Played open the 4th for New York.
Improve. On a splits.
His debut tonight on 2-0. So here's a 2-1. Ball sprints over and gets there.
Number, but that's a lot.
He treats. He's got room on the track, and it doesn't feel real. For the Mets today. Gonsolin trying to find it, but Dodgers need all they can get from him tonight. Here's a 2-0 to Lindor. Make her up the middle. Rojas can't put it. Juan Soto. It's 1-1 pitch. Soto swings. And his Betts throw to the plate. 5th for LA, and David Peterson 5th.
What's wrong with Juan?
Monday. It's even
Swag.
that edge.
Ball to hit the rim.
2 up and 2 down.
It went perfectly.
There. And Gonsolin can everybody as well. They made it to Ohtani. He's equalized things a little bit. Comes Jeff McNeil. 18 games. Kike Hernandez and for Gonsolin.
The better your starters are,
out of 2. Follows that. Mookie Betts leads off the 6th for the Peterson into the 6th. That pitch hit to left field here in the 6th this weekend for Betts. Quick check. 4-3 and David Peterson coming everywhere and going off this year. Peterson's 1-0, almost
6 innings.
So he's those things tonight against the top offense. 211 games above 500. Combined just 5 this year though. Stolen it back.
Cool career winning the state championship.
Hernandez on a sprint to the track.
The wind's blowing there with all the scoreboards.
Just disappeared. The Betts waits on it. His only play is second for 1. Rojas to first. Marte on an 0-1. Marte takes Betts. And the Mets juggle a throw. Not just he produces as many ground balls. Here's 1-1. He goes to second for 1, and there
He hasn't figured it out. And
you had people going 1-1 to Alonso. The game for Alonso. It's just kind of duck snorts. Pete Alonso continues to got off first, and
they pick off the polar bear.
11 games below 500.
It was something.
Except Freddie Freeman. Bobby Miller to the bat. Rushing on 0-2. Watch.
And he has dominated this Dodgers lineup.
Now twice. And that is back home.
And
Peterson to Ohtani. Almost.
This has got to be his last hitter.
Here's the 1-1. Here it comes. There goes hittable. And really pitching well lately.
This game than he is without 2 strikes.
Not a game for Luis Torres. Bench tonight. Drew Walker's first time numbers. The average has been there the last few. Age. More is the DH these days. Former 2 on, 1 out in the 8th. Beatty.
And
now the better. Here's a 2-2. Foul. Beatty's knocked in another. He's in. And here's Acuna. Home for the force. Rushing, then spikes. It was his
last at bat.
Now chokes up with 2 strikes and takes Freddie Freeman, feeds Miller, and after 7 2/3 from David. Yeah, keep the game moving. Ahead 1-2. The 1-2. Swing. Hitless in this series. Over. On for Mets pitching in this game. Paje landed knack for the Dodgers. Kodai's there. And the Mets have go, and they've got their guy in saves. Go to MLB.com/@bat for details. Starling Marte. So it's Marte who's out there today. Bounces to second. That a lot of people would love. It has fallen well short of the bar.
Expectations, they're tough.
Play. The head here 2-0.
He's hitting the ball hard, but when they're down, they go into the ground. It's hard to hit a home run on the ground, Joe.
On this 3-1 from Gonsolin into center field. Soto with his first hit at field. That's going to find the perfect home in the gap. Soto goes first to third. Jeff McNeil to first. Freddie Freeman's got it. Goes to second for 1.
Back here at Citi Field. In the summer, that ball is way gone. And I feel we've seen that few times now. You've talked to him quite a bit. The fly
walks over the first 3. There's 1-2 to Pajes.
Prior, but Pete Alonso goes back because if Freddie steps on first, rocket right to Freddie, and 3-6-3 is not the double play you've seen.
From McNeil, that's a culmination of weeks, not just for him, but for the. But they've dropped 6 of their last 8 games. A lack. Here's 3-1. And they're
7.
Well,
no, they swept them. I know
Pittsburgh,
that.
Colorado, and the A's
play, but when you play.
Kike Hernandez knocked in the Dodgers first round. Bouncing ball to short should be 2. 6-4-3.
Velocity fluctuation tonight is a little kind of I wouldn't say concerning, but characteristic walks in there. But if we can get back that, he'll be fine.
Shohei Ohtani.
You know, going to be mid-90s. It's going to be 4-seam, 2-seam, and I'm probably speaking out of turn. But I just think looking at the
Luis Torrens smacks a base hit the other way to open the fourth for New York.
He's helped Francisco Alvarez improve to battle against it. He's throwing a ton of splits.
Second, Jared Young in his Mets debut tonight on 2-0. Here's the 2-1 ball. Foul ground at third. Hernandez sprints over and gets there.
I did not tweet that. I had no idea that was the number, but that's a lot.
Fly ball to deep left field. Pages retreats. He's got room on the track, and the dream come true kind of stuff. Doesn't feel real. Beatty's knocked in the run for the Mets today. Gonsolin trying to find it, but
you need that.
Dodgers need all they can get from him tonight.
Four of those.
Here's a 2-0 to Lindor. On 8 consecutive misfires. Oh my goodness, a check swing tapper up the middle. Rojas can't put. With the bases loaded, Juan Soto. First lead of the game. Soto. On this 1-1 pitch, Soto swings. And Soto trying to unload the bases. Betts throw to the plate. And Dalton Rushing leads off the top of the 5th for LA, and David Peterson. Rojas and Ohtani to follow here in the 5th.
All the things that have been said. What's wrong with Juan?
New York, and then again in Boston on Monday. It's even
they're looking for that swag,
that edge from that way.
As a catcher, you'd never want the ball to hit the rim.
Grounds this one to the shortstop Lindor. 2 up and 2 down.
Even with the bounces off the mound, it went perfectly.
The inning ended that they got that out right there. And Gonsolin can.
The Mets, for that matter.
Yeah, they used everybody as well. They made a 1-2-3 inning. Here's his 2-2 to Ohtani. He's for the last 2 years. Especially until they get healthy, stabilize things a little bit. Up comes Jeff McNeil. 9-9 their last 18 games. Big pop up left side of the infield for Kike Hernandez and for Gonsolin.
It's a cause and effect. The better your starters are.
Empty in the 5th. Luis Torrens 1 out of 2. Hupp couldn't throw a ball if he tried.
Came into the zone.
Follows that off the top of the wall to put him in front. Mookie Betts leads off the 6th for the yesterday. Peterson into the 6th. That pitch has been excellent. Betts greets him with a base hit to left field here in the 6th.
He probably makes it.
First hit of this weekend for Betts. Quick checks the tying run here in the 6th. Out on a 1-hopper to short. 6-4-3. And David Peterson
comes to New York and goes off.
He's coming everywhere and going off this year. Peterson's 1-0 almost
every year. In his last 3 starts, he's gone 6 innings. So he's
6 innings. He's gotten them both those things tonight against the top offense and home runs.
He's having an okay year this year, Joe.
2 Yankees back to 11 games above 500.
Without them starting to break down.
In the regular season and the postseason combined, just 5 this year though. This took his spot, but now it's Beatty who's stolen it back.
Cool way to end your high school career, winning the state championship.
Taylor flies this ball to right center field. Hernandez on a sprint to the track.
Does it matter in this stadium the way the wind's blowing though, with all the scoreboards?
For a reason. It's not like those abilities have just disappeared.
Goes to first. Beatty plays third.
2. That's a bouncing ball past Bonda. Betts waits on it. His only play is by 2. Swat bounce to third. Hernandez will go to second for 1. Rojas to first. Marte. 3 out of 6 today though. On an 0-1. Marte takes bouncing ball to short for Mookie Betts. And the Mets the first pitch of the inning into left field. Bouncing ball towards the middle. A juggle. A throw. Not as hard a contact as anybody. It's just he produces as many ground balls. Second. Here's 1-1. It's another grounder at third. Beatty goes to second for one, and there
pitches. Just hasn't figured it out. And
you had people going 4-2 ball game, bottom 7, 1-1 to Alonso. Hands into right, and the second hit of the game for Alonso. National League since he broke in, both his hits just kind of duck snorts. Continues to struggle the way he is. There's no way Pete Alonso continues to.
Wow.
Alonso got off first and
to hold the ball just a little bit longer. They pick off the polar bear.
The National League Championship Series, but they were 11 games below 500. It was bad. Yeah.
It was something.
It's a bouncing ball to first. It backs up Freddie Freeman. Bobby Miller to the bat.
The second inning.
Rushing on 0-2. Watch.
He has been in control, and he has dominated this Dodgers lineup.
Hitter Rojas, who's 0 for 2, is grounded out twice. And that is behind Rojas, 2-0. Now comes back home.
Peterson faced Shohei, and then
lefty against lefty. Peterson to Ohtani. Almost
dominated him. With Mookie on deck, this has got to be his last hitter.
Here's the 1-1. 2 strikes again. Here it comes. There goes.
He's virtually unhittable.
2.70 ERA and really pitching well lately.
Mookie Betts is better with 2 strikes coming into this game than he is without 2 strikes.
Nice. And the second hit of the game for Luis Torres. Off of the bench tonight, drew a walk his first time. Especially when it comes to the power numbers. The average has been there the last few. Viento's still just 25 years of age. Although shifting, playing more as the DH these days. Former Mule, Teoscar Hernandez. 2 on, 1 out in the 8th. Beatty.
Beatty's handled it about as well as you can. Right now, he's getting that opportunity.
Now the better that's coming up for the Dodgers in the 9th. Here's a 2-2. Foul. Nailing the wall. Beatty's knocked in another. He's in the bases. And here's Acuna. Back swing tapper back to Miller. Flips home for the force. Rushing then spikes and double that broke the tie back in the 4th. It was his.
Sometimes after what he did his last at bat.
Soto chokes up with 2 strikes and takes one up right there. Bounced along first. Freddie Freeman feeds Miller, and Edwin Diaz looking for a 4-out save after 7 2/3 from David. Down 5-2, only to rally and keep the game moving
This year.
Ahead 1-2. The 1-2 swing. Freddie Freeman hitless in this series. 0 for 3.
Oscar and Freddie.
10 Ks for Mets pitching in this game. Paje up tomorrow on Sunday Night Baseball. Landed knack for the Dodgers. Kodai bouncing ball towards the middle. Acuna's there, and the Mets have.
Man wanted.
Here we go, and they've got their guy in.